Right now it's 7. Tensions remain high in the district this morning, 1 week into the federal government's takeover of D.C. police. Thanks for starting your morning with us. I'm Marcella Robertson. Here are 3 things you need to know as you wake up this morning. First, Chief Pamela Smith stays in her role as the head of MPD. This comes after more than an hour of closed-door negotiations between Justice Department attorneys and D.C. Attorney General Brian Schwab's office yesterday.
Violates the clear language of the Home Rule Act in that, for all intents and purposes, the chief of police remains the chief of police.
DEA Administrator Terry Cole will instead be named the Attorney General's designee to request police services from D.C.'s mayor. Number 2, Attorney General Pam Bondi issued a new memo last night directing D.C. police to cooperate and comply with federal immigration enforcement. And 3, protests have been building across the city. Another one planned for this afternoon in DuPont Circle, pushing back against the federal force. With the National Guard and federal agencies like the FBI and DEA now patrolling D.C. streets, the city is in uncharted territory. The impact has been far-reaching, so we asked Chief Investigative Reporter Eric Flack to spend the night out on the streets and show us how it's all working in our special report, One Night in the District.
It was just before 1 a.m., right in the middle of an interview.
What are you doing tonight? I mean, you're on your way home or like?
Yeah, it was,
Hold on, Nick.
When we first spotted something you didn't used to see here in the district, FBI agents backing up D.C. police as officers executed a routine traffic stop along the U Street corridor.
There were about a half dozen FBI agents that were supporting MPD in this traffic stop. The FBI agents actually covered their faces once they saw our cameras start rolling.
The team of agents and officers clearing out moments after we arrived. The driver released, but just minutes later and blocks away, the FBI in action with MPD once again, and this time a much different outcome.
The last traffic stop we were at, they let the driver go without making any sort of arrest that we could notice. This time much different, multiple FBI agents on this scene, and at least one person is in custody.
It was not immediately clear what that man was arrested for. Nevertheless, it's the kind of crime crackdown Brooke and Daryl Owens told me they have been looking for when I spoke with them a couple hours earlier in the night as they left the Nats game.
Our neighborhood has been the target of a lot of crime. Like, we know a lot of people who have, personally undergone violent carjackings, muggings.
The Owens live in Navy Yard with their 2 young children, and they say they are fed up with scenes like this one. Fireworks launched into the street like rockets outside their building earlier this summer.
we had a lot of problems down here for a long time, and it is out of control.
We should note Daryl is a political appointee of President Trump, who gave the order for all the federal law enforcement agencies to start patrolling D.C.
And we were thankful for the elevated police. We saw FBI, we saw Secret Service.
As a lifelong D.C. native, I have been to my share of Nats games, and I have never seen one blanketed with as many D.C. police officers as this one. Even on a Friday night, there are patrol units on every corner, and right here, DEA agents.
About 11 p.m., we noticed more DEA agents patrolling, this time along the wharf, where Karen Smith was celebrating her birthday with friends.
I enjoy having extra security. I think it's a good thing. I mean, you want to feel safe when you're out and about, especially females.
I talked to one restaurant manager here on the wharf who's been here for about 3 summers. He says the increased federal presence hasn't had a huge impact on crowds, at least not at his restaurant, but he has noticed a lot of these DEA agents walking the boardwalk.
For Jazzy Rich, it's just all too much.
Very disappointing. I think that there's a lot of better ways that money can be used to not only uplift and empower the community, but to sow a seed into the people that need the help.
And as the flashing lights and blanketed street corners continued into the early morning hours, fathers like Caden Dorefore wrestle with the impact.
I mean, I definitely do not like it because it seems like this is not something which should happen in America. But at the same time, I feel that the city does need to be a lot more safer. And if the city is not doing anything about it, somebody else is trying to do it. I don't like how it's being done, but something should have been done before.
Eric Flack, WUSA 9.